Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I have a special episode for you guys today. It's not going to be the same boring stuff you've been watching or not watching about real estate and taxes. Today I wanted to actually talk about the first commercial building I bought and flipped. So I think it was 2014 or 15, I would scroll on LoopNet and I would just look at year it was built, asking price, cash flow, things like that. But I really didn't have a good understanding of the exact things I'm looking for or anything like that. This building actually just stayed on the market and I kept watching it and the price kept dropping. It dropped from over $1 million to $950 to then $850. Then at one point I remember it got to $650. It had been on the market for I think well over a year at that point. And I was just like, okay, there's got to be something wrong with the building. So I think it got to a point where it got down to $550. I just knew that this seller may be desperate. It's been on the market for a while, and this could be a good opportunity for us to come in with a cash offer and take it off this guy's hands. So I called the broker. I gotten a breakdown of what was going on, and what it was is that majority of the tenants in the building were leaving or had left. I found out that the owner was much older and he just didn't want to spend any more money on fixing up the property. There was a ton of roof leaks, the electrical was a mess, there's a lot of plumbing issues, the bathrooms were very outdated. I had made a plan with my investors to put an offer on the building, and I think it was listed again at $550, but I wanted to land at $350,000 for the building. Now my investor was like, let's offer less than 300 and see if we can get it for less than 350. So we offered, I think it was 275 for the property, and the listing broker laughed at us. He's like, yeah, you guys aren't even close. And I think we came up to 325, and at the same time I think they got another offer for 375, and they didn't accept our offer, so we didn't get it. We let the broker know that, hey, if anything falls through with this offer, please let us know and we'll come back and take it. And actually about a month and a half later, we got a call from the broker and he said, if you want to come back at 375, we'll take your offer. And we did. This is the building behind me. 1 story, 10,000 square feet. It looked modern and contemporary. Really loved the clean straight lines and the big glass windows. So commercial properties, everything is based on cash flow. This building had pretty much zero cash flow when we bought it, so you have to look at the intrinsic value. Now we knew the cost of building was $120 to $150 a square foot at the time, so buying it for $37.50 a square foot, you have enough room to bring this property up to peak performance. You also need to look for not only the right property, but the right seller. The seller for this, he could have easily just put in $120,000 into the building, retained some of his tenants, and sold this building for $700,000-800,000 instead of $375,000. Just some people get tired, they don't want to deal with it anymore, and they kind of just start letting things go. You gotta look at the price per square foot. You gotta look at the story of the seller. and you got to see what value you can add to the building. So now fast forward 2 years later, with the building 100% occupied, we're netting about $8,000 per month. With all the rehab and everything that we did, you know, with our biggest expense being the roof, over our 2-year holding period to get it up to 100% occupancy, our total investment was $560K. Within 2.5 years, we had sold that building for $950,000. So the investor and I made about, I believe, 30% per year return on this flip. Now, it was my first commercial flip, and I think we did pretty good. Yeah, I think that was it.